Hi, everybody. I'm Gwendolyn Sterk here from Sterk Family Law, and I have the honor and privilege to have Michelle Kerfin, our longtime friend, with us today from State Farm in Homer Glen. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Gwen.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business out there in Homer Glen, please?
Sure. Well, I'm Michelle Kerfin. A lot of you know me from the radio show that Gwen comes on. We love having you. And I miss seeing your face, though.
Yeah, different
But I'm
time.
a State Farm agent. I worked at the State Farm corporate office for 10 years doing statistics for them. And then I opened my office here in Homer Glen as a scratch agency, meaning with 0 clients in 2009. So I've been here just 11 years now.
Wow, and in those 11 years, you certainly have grown a great business. So, a lot of people are listening today and they're saying, okay, COVID-19 certainly has had an impact on insurance overall. Can you tell us how State Farm is a corporation, and more specifically, how your agency is dealing with reactions to the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, State Farm as an organization has 19,000 State Farm agents. We have 77,000 employees across the country. I was amazed at how quickly they turned that ship and made it easy for people to work from home. Everyone, they told them, just take your technology and go home and we will work it out. And it's been almost seamless. We haven't had hold times that are ridiculous. We haven't had issues when we're trying to get a hold of corporate for different reasons. Here at my office, we've always had the capability to work remotely. We go to clients' houses and work from their homes. We work from home ourselves. And so all of that was really simple. From a customer's perspective, the big thing that State Farm did is come out with the Good Neighbor Relief Program. Of course, we have to have good neighbor and everything. But if you check out statefarm.com and they have a COVID link of all the different things, we've given millions of dollars back to communities to make them safer and stronger. What most people want to know is, are we going to get some money because we're not driving or we're, so forth.
That's in it for me, right?
Yeah. So the big thing is what we call a dividend credit. At State Farm, we're a mutual company. Our auto insurance company is a mutual company. So if you have mutual auto insurance with us and you've been with us longer than 2007, you would have received dividends in the past. Basically, as a mutual company, we're regulated that we can only have so much money in reserves. When we calculate what your premium is going to be, part of that calculation includes anticipated claims. Well, because people aren't driving, we're not having all these claims. Right. So we have too much money in reserve. Now we have to turn it back to our policy owners. As an owner of a mutual auto policy, you're an owner of State Farm Mutual, you deserve a dividend credit. So the announcement was $2 billion across the country. And what we're doing is after May 31st, now people will start seeing credits on their bills. Instead of sending checks out like we've done in the past when we do dividends, we're just putting credits on people's accounts, because obviously mailing out to millions of people checks is probably not cost effective either.
Sure.
So people are really excited about that they're going to see a credit. The other thing that State Farm did is we did not cancel anybody who couldn't pay their bills. So, in the past, if you didn't pay your bill after X amount of days, State Farm would start the cancellation process. We're going to cancel you. We're going to cancel you. Pay your bill. We're going to cancel you. And we stopped all of that. And we just said, if you can't pay your bill, we have a lot of options. Some people pay fully in the year. They pay fully for their 6-month auto. We can put them on monthly. They could, if you're on monthly and you just can't pay, then we just said, don't pay. And what we're doing now that it's past May 31st is we're saying, we're going to take any money that you owe us and we're going to divide it over X amount of months, depending on how much you owe us. So you're not going to get like this huge huge bill now.
Right.
We're going to take those months that you didn't pay, March, April, May, and we're going to divide them over several months moving forward.
Okay. And then, of course, if you got a rebate, right, or some kind of credit, it would apply to what you would have owed.
Yeah, the dividend credit is just going to apply to your monthly bill. The other
now, what about anything else that you did for the COVID-19 response out there at State Farm?
Yeah, I think the other thing that State Farm as a corporation giving back millions to the communities is awesome at the bigger level, right? They're giving big money. But at our local level, as you know, we do a lot in the community to help communities stay safe, communities get stronger, better educated. One of our big things is our micro pantries, and State Farm has given us a match. Like if we're doing anything in the community, they're matching some of the money that we're doing as agents, which is just spectacular.
That's incredible.
So
Right.
I've been able
Wow.
to just keep those micro pantries going.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so many people need it with the number of people unemployed at one point being 41 million people. It's even hard to fathom that number, you know, and hopefully that's going to turn around really soon. Now, you know, there's another strange thing going on. There's a lot of strange things in the world. There's COVID-19, and then we've had all this rain. You know, March, April, May, unbelievable amounts of rain in the area. And I know a lot of people experienced some damage as a result. So how is State Farm responding to that?
Yeah, I mean, State Farm's used to huge amounts of devastation. And so we've been around since 1922. We deal with thousands of claims every day. So we just deploy our people. The big thing in our area was the flooding that occurred.
Sure.
And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't in flood zones, so they didn't buy flood insurance from FEMA. I do sell FEMA, I do rep for them, but I have very few clients. If it was truly flood that caused the damage, unfortunately, some people didn't have coverage. But the other big thing was the backup of sewer and drains that was happening.
Sure.
You know, and that is an endorsement. You have to talk to your insurance agent about that because it's not just automatically on your policy. But we had several who just some pumps couldn't keep up.
Right.
And then unfortunately, I did have some clients who there was a little tiny microburst in Joliet's Cathedral area.
Right.
So I had quite a few clients in that area who had some bigger damage, roof damage, wind, hail, those types of things that we've been dealing with as an office.
Got it. Now, life insurance that you have, was that affected at all as a result of the pandemic, or you just paid out those claims as usual?
Yeah, no, State Farm has continued to issue policies. We've heard rumor that a lot of our competitors decided to halt issuing policies. We've had people purchasing policies. We've paid out all our death claims that we owe. So it absolutely has not impacted our life insurance world.
Got it. Now let's move to that important topic of business coverage. So unfortunately, our news in the last few days here has really changed, and there is a lot of rioting. You know, there is appropriate peaceful demonstrations occurring, but we unfortunately hear about a lot of unrest and rioting and individual businesses suffering a lot of damage. Can you tell us how State Farm is going to respond to that issue and whether or not there's coverage?
Right now, there's a lot of gray area when it comes to everything that's happening, whether it be COVID related claims coming in or rioting, looting, whatever we're going to end up calling this. It's kind of basically we are telling clients who call us that have had damage as a business owner, let's put the claim in and let claims do their job. And these claim reps have been, you know, educated and going to school for this for years. They know our policy inside and out, but it truly is going to depend on what caused the damage. So certain things like rioting and civil commotion are in the policy as a coverage, but then there's other things that are written as exclusions that if it's worded certain ways, there might not be coverage. And different companies have different language too. So from a State Farm perspective, that's what we're being told right now is, you know, help them however you can, whether that's boarding up, making lists of what was stolen, and then put the claim in and let claims do their job.
Got it. And I suppose the same is true if you had any type of business interruption insurance related to the COVID crisis. You should put that claim in and then let that be interpreted based upon policy, correct?
Yes, yes.
And so that's really been the standard answer. Can you tell us about any other types of insurance services that you offer? We talked about homeowners, car insurance, business insurance, and life insurance.
That's pretty much the big stuff. We do all the business stuff, the life, auto, home, We can help with health insurance. We can help with flood insurance. We also rep State Farm Bank. We do have some products available through the bank. But yep.
These are things that are out there. You know, I think it's interesting because I think that these difficult times call on all of us to take action. And, you know, I'm real big about knowledge is power. If you are out there today and you have insurance policies, or maybe you don't know about your coverage, or you think you're underinsured, what should people do? Should they get an insurance checkup, so to speak?
Oh, absolutely. Even in our office, that's basically all I've been doing hour by hour by hour is talking to clients about what coverage they have, what they don't have, talking about discounts because we're not driving. Can I save some money since I'm not driving? State Farm has the Drive Safe and Save program where the less you drive and the safer you drive, the more you save. So from an auto insurance perspective, it's really critical. I mean, people think, oh, I buy the policy and move on. But if you haven't had a review in the last year, it's critical. There's so many things happening that you want to make sure you have coverage if something happens.
You know, absolutely. And I think that sometimes, you know, at one point you get insurance and you might not have the money to do a larger life insurance policy, and life changes, and we're seeing so many changes right now. And I think that's the message that I want to send to our viewers today and anybody listening to this is it's time in so many different areas, whether it be your estate plan, whether it be family law matters, whatever it is. And now talking to you, really that insurance checkup and saying, take care of business, pick up the phone, schedule a time, and it doesn't take that long, right? I mean, you can go over their options via Zoom, person, there's many things that people can do, right?
Yep, we've been fully operational over the phone and via Zoom with, well, we couldn't do Zoom with clients, but we were doing over the phone. And yes, fully operational. Just give us a call. It takes half hour to 45 minutes to go over a few cars, a house, a life insurance policy, just to make sure that everything's good. Check your beneficiaries. That's a huge one. I know you say that all the time too, but
really critical because life changes and you forget about it, right? I mean, it's not, you know, we all get so busy, and maybe instead of looking at the pandemic and what's going on as a negative time, take it as an opportunity to really do a checklist on your life issues, so to speak.
That's right.
That's really the urge to say to everybody, you know, move over and use this time as a good outcome, because there is good in all of this as well, or there can be. So overall, Michelle, tell us a little bit now about the radio program, the Ed Michelle Show, and how you're able to share information on there as well.
Well, yeah, so we have on Fridays from 10 to 1, we have a radio show, my husband and I. He's been doing it 11 years now, and I have been his co-host for about the last 3 years. And we go from 10 to 1 on WJOL, 1340 AM. Check out the Friends Over 50 show on Facebook or the Kerfins.com. We have a lot of wonderful sponsors like Gwen and her team come on. The biggest thing right now that we're focusing on is just that, making sure that our sponsors, who are all small business owners in our communities, have an opportunity to get the word out of what they're doing through COVID. Many of our sponsors were open through all of this, and we, you know, just helping them explain how people could get to them through the COVID process. So we also do a lot of just letting charities come talk about, you know, what they're doing in the community, what fundraisers they're having or not having now. Right. And then of course, Ed has all his fun, quirky guests that he likes to have on.
Well, of course, we couldn't do it without that. So it's been our honor to be part of the Michelle and Ed Show, and certainly getting to know Michelle and the business offices that she has, the office she has, what she offers in terms of insurance. And we encourage everyone out there listening today, pick up the phone, call Michelle's office, get some information, get an insurance checkup, and take care of business. That's really the motto at the end of the day. Every time I think we talk, you know, it's really part of that is how do you move forward in life? Because sometimes people feel paralyzed by that process. And supporting the small businesses in our local community is certainly your business and the Ed Michelle Show's mantra, so to speak, in terms of getting out there and sharing that local community. So we appreciate your time today, Michelle. And if you need to get a hold of Michelle, you're going to see on the screen here today her phone number as well as her website. So reach out, talk to her, and we're going to move forward together as a community. Thanks for all your efforts and everything you do in our community, Michelle.
Thank you, Gwen.
Take care.
Just trying to keep up with you.
There you
Bye.
go. Bye.